get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? See just how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline. The show.
Right. I'm welcome to the Palmer Show. I'm here with a good friend of mine here, who not only is a big Michael fan, but he's also one of the most greatest and the most funkiest persons I have ever met in my life. And I ain't exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I met him, and I might talk about this later down the line
Yeah,
at the show, at the Jackson show. So I want
thanks
to
for
welcome
sure.
my guest, the Pastor Funk himself, Brandon Brown.
Yo, what's up, big butt? Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the invitation to come and hang out with you for a little bit, man. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. My first question is, what made you decide to do music and have it as a career in the music business? Because I know that there are a lot of people that wanted to do other things like television, being a chef and a painter and all that. But what drawn you to do music specifically?
Well, well, thanks for that. That's a good question. Well, first off, man, I'm really thankful to be doing this, to be doing music. I love music. You know, I was really born into it, man. Like my parents met because of a vocal audition my dad was playing piano for, and my mom was the one of the people auditioning, and that's how they met. And they ended up being married. They had me and my little sister. So my family is born because of music was developed. I'm sorry, because of music. So it's just in my blood, man. It's in my blood. And so my parents actually so like when I've been traveling as a musician or whatever you want to look at it since I was born. I started. My parents played. They had their own bands. My mom had a band. My dad had a band. And and so I grew up going to rehearsals like since I was born, and then they played. And my dad played organ in church, and my mom sang in the choir. So I was just around it my whole life, man, my whole entire life. And
Right,
so it kind of chose me. It was kind of like this is what we do. So this is kind of in my it's in my blood.
right. I love hearing stuff like that, and that's real amazing to have that, especially growing up and looking for early influences, and especially looking up to earlier role models. And I think parents and families, especially on no matter what industry you go to, I think it's a best form of knowledge in a sense.
Thanks.
And as I said earlier in the opening of this interview, how did the name Pastor Funk came into play? Because I know that it's coming like a little name for it.
Yeah, well, Pastor, that's a good question. Thank you. So also that's part of like my family as well because my father's a pastor. My granddad, he was a pastor as well. And so like I grew up in church my whole life, and I also am ordained minister. When I was 21, I accepted my calling to the ministry, and so I preached my first sermon at like 21, 22 years old, and I even preached out here in LA when I moved to LA. One of like those early years, like 2007, 2008. I was preaching at a couple churches out here, but my ministry is not in a pulpit. My ministry is in the world on different stages. Just this is part of my ministry. This just me to get a chance to meet people, and I get a chance to be an example of how your dreams can come true if you stay focused, keep God in your life, and keep a positive mindset. And so I had a band called the Brandon Brown Collective, and so I had to like become. I almost couldn't use my name anymore because it was attached to this band. So I needed an alias, and so the Pastor Folk thing just kind of just it came to me like it was God, I guess, because I didn't. Well, I know it was God because I didn't. It wasn't something that I was looking for. It just sort of just came to me like all things do in my life. It just comes to me, and so I've been rolling with Pastor Funk, and it seems to be pretty accurate to who I am. So I'll
Right.
take that's a good question. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have mentioned the Brendan Brown Collective, which is the also to really shorten it, the BBC. Um, how did that really form and came about? Like that, and one of those favorite songs from I have a favorite song from that band. Hey Lover. That's one of my
Yeah,
classic. That's to me, that's a classic for me.
yeah, I love this song too. Thank you. Well, the band happened because I had my first band. It's called New Genesis, and so that's kind of I moved out here with that band, and it was always my goal to be in a band because, like I said, my parents had bands, so like that's kind of like how I uh, perceive music and things to be. The Jackson Five are a band, the Ozzy Brothers are a band, Earth, Wind and Fire. I always been into bands, and so having my first band when I was like 16, uh, I've always been in a band, and so when New Genesis was kind of, I guess, fizzling out as far as us being a band, all the whole group being together and moving forward. I started my own band because I was like, no, I came here with a purpose to put my own music out to the world and be in a band. Like it was part of it, my vision. But then I started the BBC, the Brandon Brown Collective, but it wasn't called the BBC. It abbreviated to that because the Brandon Brown Collective was such a long name. In hindsight, I would have named it something else. The reason why I named it Brandon Brown Collective because I was the only person left that was wanted to be in a band, and so that's really how that name came about. But I kind of sometimes wish I named it something else so this way it could people would hate on it because of my name and not somebody else's name. But it's you live and learn, and I'm thankful for those times. And we have this great music. Shout out to Mackenzie and Stanley, who are the band is really us three, and uh, and then we fill out all the spaces in between that. But uh, I'm thankful for those guys, and as out of transition of that, that's how Pastor Funk came about. So it's really been about me this whole time. And I've been involving all these other people, but it's really been about Pastor Funk this whole time. Which feels good because I know that I can stand on my own 2 feet and with God on my side and do whatever I need to do. So
Right.
yeah.
I feel that. I hear that because
Yeah.
you wanted it to be. I guess I don't know. Maybe you can correct me, but I think that you wanted to stand up, not just stand up, but to really be the be the focus of what is supposed to be in a sense.
I think it was I think it's more or less the my love for the music and for how I know I present. I don't see that anywhere else. I see me as being a very individualistic type of person, and I do know how to bring people together and bring communities and this sort of thing together. It's more just like just establishing for my family, man. It's to put my family name out there. I think that that's what matters most to me. It's my family.
Right.
Yeah.
um, that's amazing. Um, the third question, that I have, maybe one, maybe no, this is the fourth question. This one is a little bit that I didn't know, and I had to recently find out through research. Uh, was is that you played bass for the soundtrack for the song "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp" for the movie Hustle and Flow. That I never knew. I
Yeah.
never knew.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I was 19 when I played on my first Oscar award winning song, and uh, this was way before social media, so like only a few people, knew that about that great accomplishment at such a young age. And so I'm thankful for that moment. I've always had like these moments, these big uh, groundbreaking moments in my life, but like only people who were close to me knew about them. And I think that it's a cool thing because I've seen it happen so many times over and over again. And then so eventually, it always kind of bothered me because I was like, dang, I should have this, and this, and this. If I won this, then it should be like this. But it doesn't necessarily work like that. It works, at least in my life, it's worked where like you keep going and you keep going, you keep going, you keep building, and all this stuff is just like, oh, you did that, and it keeps adding, and then then eventually the whole world knows. But at that point, you're so far ahead into doing something else that you forgot all about this thing that you really used to wish that people know. And then when they find out, it's like, oh, I don't even uh, think about that anymore like that. So I think that's pretty cool. Life is kind of interesting in how things come together.
Right. That's amazing. And I actually listened to that song if it was the gospel Bible, actually. Because especially with Terrence Howard's role, how in the sense of like him and the booth trying to make it out, trying to make some money out, investing in his dream.
Yeah.
And I think that song fit the song fit in that movie. And now because because of my research and going back to watching it again, I'm like, it has a whole new meaning.
A whole new meaning, right? That's something else. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm thankful for that. I've had a sound because that's my sound that's on that song. It's not like an 808 bass. That's my sound. It's my bass. So like I've helped to scoop out tones and sounds for a generation, and I loved it. I loved it. I'm gonna keep going. I like the way my sound has developed to what it is now. I know when I hear myself, I can hear it, and I know when I hear I like that because before I didn't really know what my sound or tone was because when I was even before I was even born, how musicians became known. They were known for their sound. How BB King had his trill on the guitar, or how Jimi Hendrix had his sound, or even like uh, all those old blues guys. Like I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, but what's my guy from? He's left-handed. Oh my lord. Oh, that's bothering me. Anyway, I'm so sorry, but I can't think of his name. I keep saying Al Turner, but it's not Al Turner from Earth, Wind and Fire. That's Al McKay. His name is one second, bro. This is gonna bother me. I'm so sorry. I
No,
have
you're
to look.
good. You're good, man.
Let's edit this out. Hold on. Because I have to say his name is gonna bother me. Albert King. Goodness gracious. Albert King.
Albert King.
Albert King. I keep saying Al McKay, but Albert King. You were known basically, excuse me, for the way that you sounded before anybody could see you. And so I developed that on the bass. And I'm thankful for that. Sorry for that long story.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Um, okay, this next one, I think this one is kind of rings true to this day. Let me Uh, how is working with with Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, Isaac Hayes, the Black Eyed Peas, and Boys to Men, 3 6 Mafia, all those people in your career throughout your whole entire career. What would you say now versus when you started doing all those things, and you go and you sit and reflect and be like, wow, like what is your advice, would you, or at least what you would tell your younger self when you start?
Okay. Well, it was what I'll answer the first part. It was great working with Isaac Hayes. I was his bass player when I was 19 as well. And my band in Genesis, we used to play at his restaurant called Isaac Hayes Restaurant every Monday night. We would be packed. They're like, who are these kids playing at this at my club? And he came down there to check us out, and he just took us up under his wings and taught us how to write songs. Um, he taught us which was very important. He taught us how to write music. I will never. That was the biggest gift, and he was so cool to us. He would come to our place, and he would let us drive his cars. He would take us to his place. Also, being around Boyz II Men, I went to Russia with them in 2008. That was crazy. I had a great time with them, and also with Black Eyed Peas from playing with them, and I played with Fergie as well. So that whole camp, they're all great people. On Smokey Robinson, I played on his. Actually, haven't met him yet. I played on one of his songs. I played on some of his recordings and stuff, so that was cool. And I think I would tell myself to just make sure that you know your worth and always speak up for yourself, and also uh, uh, look at get your contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like represent yourself. Like just don't be afraid to say what you know you're worth. That's what I would tell my younger self. Because growing up, like I told you, my father's a pastor. And growing up in the South, it was like we weren't really we taught to be aggressive when it comes to like getting certain things, especially things with money or things with like opportunities. It was more like a passive way, like oh it'll this or this, kind of leaving things up to chance. But I learned it like you gotta get it. You know, you have to be like really straight up and be forward and matter of fact when it comes to this music business, because music is just half of it. It's business as well. Get to the business, learn as much as you can about the business, and apply it. That's what I would say.
Right. And that's a good advice. That's really is a good advice because especially younger generations now that is coming into the music business and all that with variety and the streaming now versus back then that us in the early 2000s and way before that we didn't have Spotify or Apple Music or none of that. So for that and now it's kind of like a little bit different. And it used to be like one of those I guess Neo has said this before in an interview that that it used to be called a certain type of elite that it'll always take precision and real skilled and talent. But now because the social media now is really different. It's like anybody could get in now. And I'm not trying to bash nobody. You make music, you make music. If you're happy, you do it. But it was looking at the different times, reflecting. It was kind of like, wow, you see it. Like, it's really different.
It's different. I think that I love that. I love the way it is now because you can reach your consumers, you can reach your fans like immediately, like right then and there. I still am a big believer in merchandise. Like I think that selling your product is really the only way an independent artist will make money anyway. Still, it's the way it's always been. I think streaming is just a tool. People will look at it like it's supposed to be the way you make a living. I don't see it like that. If you really pop it like that, then sell your music to your fans. Don't complain about if you put your music up on a platform that you don't own, but then you complain about what they give you, then it's like don't put your music up there. You'd be better off to that than feeling like somebody did you wrong. Like you put your music up there, not them. So you reach,
Yeah,
you
I,
know.
I agree with that. I agree with
I just don't believe
um,
in excuses.
right. Um, the the next question I have is I think I broached the name earlier. How did you land the role as a musical director for Stevie Wonder? Because I seen the picture. He's a
Oh, yeah.
legend.
Oh, Stevie is a go. Oh, I forgot to mention Stevie. So I was his music director for. He had a festival. He has a festival called the Taste of Soul Music Festival that happens near Inglewood, like on Crenshaw out here in California in LA. And in 2019, shout out to my big bro Gordon Campbell. It was actually his gig, and then he couldn't do it, and he recommended that I do it because he knows how. He knows I'm a music director as well, and how I know all of Stevie's material, even stuff that he forgot about. I know it, like all these things, and he knows that he can trust me, and I'll show up and do a good job. And thankfully, he's the person that gave me that opportunity, and I had to like it was so great working with Stevie, just making sure everything flowed great with all the different artists. It was PJ Morton, SZA, Fred Hammond. It was like all these people. It's a few more people I'm forgetting, but I had to like just correspond with them, just basically make sure that everything flowed right and that everybody had what they needed, and just being communicated, just being the guy to communicate what's needed to everyone that's around. And if I need to play, I'm there. But everybody was there. I think I ended up playing like a couple songs at the end with PJ. I did. It was me, Stevie, PJ, Stanley, my brother, and the rest of Stevie's band that was there. But yeah, that was great.
Yes, I mean, I love Stevie. You know, I love what he did, especially with one of the few songs that because Stevie has a whole vocabulary of and a discography of songs that are timeless. I do have my own favorites. I got maybe one or two or three, but I will say that if you were to ask me what's my favorite Stevie song, I would say at the moment, I just called to say I love you. That's my
Oh,
number
nice.
one. Because the way the how he vocal layered his that song and how he put it together, it was just amazing.
Yeah, it's
And
a work of art for sure.
yes, absolutely. Um, this other question, and it's the same type of question, but with another group, and we both know this one.
Okay.
How did you land the role of musical director for the Jacksons? Like that is something that no one ever saw. I don't think anybody saw coming.
Well, God is again. I'm just thankful for the opportunity. So this is how I've told this story before, but I'll tell you again. This is how I'll tell it again. This is how I got with the Jacksons. So my band, the Genesis.
Yeah.
We're playing. We actually got called to be MJ's band, but this is it. Okay, we got
What?
called. We got called to be MJ's band on This Is It, but uh, I had a feeling that it wasn't. I knew in my spirit that that wasn't gonna happen because first off, MJ is my angel, like straight up. Like I really feel that. I've been feeling since I was a little kid. At least he's one of my angels. I have a lot of angels, thankfully, but he's one of them. And when I saw that the schedule was 40 shows in a row, I was like, there's no way that this is gonna happen because at his peak, he only did like 6 shows in a row, like ever. He didn't play a week straight when he was doing it like the thing, like the Victory Tour. They only did 6 shows, even though bad. I don't think he ever did more than 6 in a row because he can't. His body has to recoup. You got to recover somehow after all that energy. Anyway, I didn't know that they were going to kill him. I didn't think that was going to happen. I knew that we weren't going to play with him, but I didn't know why. And so anyway, they were cleaning up all of Michael's stuff. They showed he had like these notes or whatever, and it said call Rex change band was in there. And Rex, is the person that would always he's Janet. He's their nephew, and he's Janet's MD like for all these years. And TLC, Boyz II Men. He's even how I got the Boyz II Men gig. Rex Salas. Shout out to Rex Salas. And he's he is who called us for the MJ gig. So anyway, when the brothers, uh, all the fans was asking the brothers, saying, "What are you guys gonna do to honor your brother?" And I was like, "All right, we're gonna go play these shows, but we want to use the band that Michael really wanted to use." And so that's how I got with the Jacksons. But then all these years went by, and Rex was the MD, and then in this business, you have transitions and things that happen. And so then he was no longer the MD, and they pushed me into that position. And so that's how I got the MD gig with them, and been with them since 2011, 2011.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's based from my research. It's based from my research.
and yeah, because the first thing we did was in Tokyo. The first gig we did was in Tokyo. And there's actually footage of that show. It's like one of the best shows ever. But I got to get it on digital because it's on DVD back at my parents' house in Memphis. So if I go home, when I go home for Christmas, I'm gonna digitize, I guess, that DVD. That's
Right.
how I got with it, man. It was through Michael. It was because of MJ. That's I'm so thankful. And the first rehearsal that we had, Jackie came up to us crying, he had tears, and he said, "I wish that Michael could be here to hear y'all." He said he would love y'all. He said y'all the best band that we ever had, from Jackson 5 to Jackson's, Janet, Michael, Ray, Reby, Tito, all the solo stuff. He said any best band that our family has ever had is you guys. And that's
Yeah.
like I hold that dear to my heart because he has no. That's big bro. That's big brother Jackie of everybody. He has no reason to say something unless he means it. And so I'm just really thankful that I can share these moments with these guys. And they're like my uncles. Papa T. I miss him all the time. Like we used to just talk all the time. I was also Tito's music director on his blues stuff too.
Right.
So like it was. I'm thankful to call those guys really like my uncles. It's
I mean, he if speaking of Tito, he felt like he was all of our uncles in a sense that that the way if it wasn't for him that play with Papa Joe's guitar,
yeah.
it wouldn't happen. Um,
I think that's so incredible. And I love
um,
that people know that. I love that because it's so beautiful. That's a beautiful story.
right. And I got two more questions, and this recording is gonna end up ending in about 10 minutes, which is sad. Um, Going back to Tito a little bit, um, like I remember where I was when Tito passed. Um,
Yeah.
I I I fell asleep the night before. I slept all, and when I woke up, something didn't feel right to me. Um, I woke up, I got a bunch of notifications because at the time I had interviewed his son TJ.
Yeah,
Um, I woke up to a bunch of notifications saying RIP Tito. I'm like, this has to be a prank. Someone's pranking me right now. Like,
yeah,
but by the time that I saw the post from three on the three T's official Instagram, that's when I knew it became real to me.
yeah,
It I cried the whole day, and I still felt crying every day.
yeah.
Because I remember like having that picture. I was looking at the picture all day, tearing up because like I didn't know that would be my last time ever interacting with Tito because I remember last year prior to his passing, I was at the Howard Casino. I was going to meet them backstage, but my grandpa was there waiting for me, so I have to like leave because like he had a lot of health problems that he was waiting downstairs waiting for me, and I had to go. But but I don't know. Maybe it was foresight. I don't know. But I we all miss him every day, and I don't know how you heard about his passing. I don't know. I was kind of like asking you this question.
Okay, uh, it was one of the managers, the Jackson's managers called me. It told me, yeah, it was sad. Sorry, it's kind of I haven't thought about that in a while, but
You're good.
yeah, that's how I found out through managers, and then I started seeing it all over social media and stuff. And
Yep.
we were just together. We had just played at the Fool in Love Festival in LA, and that was the last time we were on stage.
Yeah, and such such sadness because like
Yeah,
I was hoping that he'll come back and hopefully I'll catch up with him again and give him a big old hug like I promised. But all you can do is from the spiritual. All you can
yeah,
do. But again, as I said, this I'm gonna try and make two more questions. One of them is that I don't know I don't know if you're allowed to answer this question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway about the latest news about Michael. I
yeah.
think you know this one. I know that you know this question. How did you land that role in the Michael film, bro? And you didn't say nothing.
Hey man, that was the I'm kind of this the how I am is just naturally. I don't like to say anything until it's done, but this I really couldn't say anything at all, like for real. I couldn't spill the beans. So when the trailer came out, I was like, yeah. How I got that was just so I think it was my friend Kai Martinez. She's a dancer. She was like telling me, hey, this MJ film's going on, they blah, blah, they down on the set. I've been telling them, they need to get you down here, blah, blah, blah. I do the dancers, I want to say it was Code and, oh, forgive me, I forget their names, but shout out to all the choreographers and people from that movie. That was such a crazy experience, man, being there. And so I really was there just really to kind of help them. They were asking me like if I knew any musicians to do certain scenes, blah, blah, blah. We need help with this, we need help with this. Not knowing that I was going to be in the movie myself. That was crazy. So I went down there and it just all happened. Like 3 days, 4 days, I forget how many it was, but
Yes. And
I can't
how
tell you
long?
this. Let me tell you this. So when I got down there, because Jafar and your Majesty would used to I've known them since they were little kids because they were on tour with their dad with Jermaine. So since like 2014, 15, I know these guys. And so like I go to set and he's rehearsing Heartbreak Hotel from the Victory Tour. So the stage, they got a little costume on, not much, but the stage and the hair and the sound was all right there. The gear, all the stuff. And I was just like, I cried because I was like, oh my God, that's Michael Jackson. I've never seen Michael Jackson before in person. This felt like that was him. And
Right.
so seeing when they finished, it was like, oh, Jafar, Brandon, what's up? We give each other a big hug. We were hanging out. And then I had to rehearse my scene with him. And it just felt like it was just crazy. And then on the set, like that was just in rehearsal, but then on set, like we were makeup and stuff. And my gear, the gear that they have on the stage is like prop gear, but it actually worked. It wasn't plugged in. I plugged mine in. So like on all the breaks, I'm playing like MJ songs. We're having so much fun on the set. Like me and Jafar going back and forth. Hey man, play this. Da, 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 da. And people's like, because it was a really, 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 really cool time, man. Another also further proof that MJ is one of my angels because you can see me right there on stage with Jafar in the trailer. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
That's that's amazing. Although this has 3 minutes, but I want to give a little bit of a shorter version of how we met because I know that some people that had seen the photo was like, "Who's this guy? How in the hell he knows his guy and this guy and those and all that?" How even my own mama was like, "You interviewed the Jacksons, you even knew nothing. You kept this from me, boy." And I was like, "I thought you knew. I thought you knew."
Is that the jacket you had on in the picture?
Yes, that's the same.
That's
That's
what
the
I
same
thought.
jacket.
Oh,
That's the
look, I
same.
gotta show you this. Oh, time is running out, but look what I got.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's that one. Oh my gosh.
MJ,
Yes.
you know? And I gotta show you this. I have MJ squared with me all the time. So
Right.
Jordan and Michael Jackson. MJ squared. That's what I
Yeah.
call it.
Um. Yes. So what was your first interaction with me? I know that mindset's a little bit different.
Well, I remember, did I see you? I know we met backstage.
Yes.
Like, but did I see you from the stage though?
Yes, yes, and I will say this is that I never said this. I know I said this in the interview with Cheryl Maz of the Healing Dance, which is Awful Love podcast,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and I will give a little brief. And after this, you probably have to watch the whole interview. Um, I remember I was up there with my friend, my friend who has the cane, as you probably can recall.
Uh,
Um, out during towards between shake your body down and want to be starting something. I looked at my friend. I go, "We're going down." I was sitting up there, and y'all was down here. Okay.
okay.
I was like, "Hey, we're going down to the front." He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, "What are you waiting for? Let's go." So as we were going down, and I didn't notice that my friend was being bumped by a bunch of people. I was
Ooh.
like, I was like, he was. I didn't notice that until like till like towards the end when it was all over. He's like, "Hey man, I just wanted to tell you that I've been bumped." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh crap, I'm sorry, bud. I'm so sorry." He's like, "You're good, you're good. I know you're all excited, bro." And like, and he noticed because me and him went to middle school together. I won
Okay.
a talent show. I actually won a talent show dressed like Michael.
Really? That's
Yes,
cool, bro. You be
yes,
dancing, man. You be getting down.
yes. And I remember, okay, so what was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about how me and my friend that we went to school together. I was in the talent show in my eighth grade as a way of my eighth grade graduation was like around the corner, and the talent show was after the graduation, eighth
Okay.
grade graduation. So at the end, um, I had a long, long white shirt, black glove. Couldn't find the right one, but you gotta use what you gotta use. Had a little fedora. My mom was there. She took a picture. Um, and I performed to Eat It. That I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, and and let's just say that I won the whole talent show that day. Yes, and I guess 2 or 3 years later, 2012, no, yeah, it's 2012. I uh I entered high school, did the Michael stuff. Um, Same way. I I think you saw this on Facebook, not on Facebook, but Instagram of me dancing to the way you make me feel. That was the school that I went to that I danced. I danced to Billie Jean, all of that, and
Wow.
and I remember my high school principal told me once I was graduating high school is that you got to grow up to do a lot of great things, and I agree on the sense of like interacting with y'all in the sense of the Jacksons,
Yeah, man.
talking to TJ,
Yeah.
meeting
Oh,
you,
wow.
and it was a wonderful experience that I would never regret in that sense. So when saying that, transferring back to 2022, February 21st,
Wow.
back to where when we were coming down and bumping, I remember I was like near the stage. I was walking in front of the stage when we first met.
Uh,
A little bit. As he wanted to reach out, I was like, "Hey, pull me up! I'll show you." And
yeah.
I remember the security pushing me back just a bit, like, get back, just step back." I was like, "I apologize." He's like, "No, you're good, you're good." And I
Wow.
remember Tito Tito was playing, and you were playing the bass. You were looking down on your little keyboards.
Yeah.
Remember, I was the one that if he didn't catch that ear, I was like, "You look good, Tito."
Oh no.
That was me saying that to Tito, and he glanced at me. And he played the guitar, and he got back. But
That's
our
cool.
eyes locked that day. I was like, "Oh."
Crazy.
And I remember after me and my friend went backstage, I was telling him I can hear Jackie, Marlon, and Tito coming. I was like, "Hey, they're heading this way."
Yeah.
He was like, "How would you know that, man? Like, how would you know?" I was like, "I just know."
Yeah.
No longer than a minute later, there they come, all three of them.
Wow. Amazing.
And he's like, "You must be a genie or something." I was like, "Hey, that was just a guess. That was just a guess." Uh, and uh, and after I took my photo with them, and I told them I appreciate them, and thankful for their music and inspirations and how they helped me overcome my autism and stuff like that. And I
Wow.
really meant it. I really meant it. And they appreciated that. And
Yeah.
I remember when we were leaving, I saw you. I don't know if it was Kyle Bolton, and Chad.
Chad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
I
were
remember
walking.
that's
I
in the
was like,
picture. I mean, you in the picture, right?
yeah. Matter of fact, I still have that picture. Let me see if I can bring it up. I don't know if I can bring it up or not, but um, let me see. Share. Uh,
And it was February of 22.
yes, February 22, and I uploaded it on onto my first Instagram on February 22nd, the night after.
Okay.
Let me see.
That's it.
Hold on. I bring up the screen a bit. Share screen. Um, here. Yes, this one. This one right here. I don't know if you could see it.
He has to come up. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that day. I remember after we took that photo, I broke it down for you one time. You remember that?
Yes.
And so and
That's
so
right. That's
and
why I said
so
I know you can dance, girl. You be getting down, man.
yeah, so I think to answer your question, because there are two sides of that story. So I think that if you can recall that day, you wanted to tell that memory, if you can recall,
What happened? What you mean?
like how you met me and what's your impression of me, because I know there are a lot of people that impressed you in a lot of ways, including either fans or other performers and stuff like that. So at least one person that made it a little bit in that way, that they said, hey, that guy's cool, or that guy got it. Okay. Like in that way.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I got lost. I'm sorry. Ask me one more time.
You're good. Like what was your impression of me when you first met me? I
Oh man, I knew we were both Michael fans. I was like, oh, here goes another Michael fan just like me. Like I love meeting MJ fans because I feel like I represent all the fans that never got to meet them or be around them. Like I'm one of y'all. I'm the same way. I would be doing the same thing. So I thought you were cool, man. I was like, man. I said, this dude. I felt like I was looking at myself because I would be doing the same thing.
right. Yes. And so yeah, and I will say this to everybody that's watching this and listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Um, this has been 3 years, 3 to 4 years in the making,
Yeah,
and we I know that we all have conflicting schedules and stuff like that, and we never really got around to that until now.
that's
So,
true. That's
so,
true. Thank
so
you.
with that note, man, again, my favorite songs that you have, that I will say that I love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for loving me. Yeah, that's my
So
favorite.
much, yeah. Thank you, brother.
Oh,
That makes me very happy. I love that song too. I can't wait for you to hear these new songs I'm putting out next year. I'm finishing up this week actually, so uh, I might even put one of them out before the year is out. We'll see, but for sure in 2026, I got new music.
yes. And I'll be doing my music as well. And I'm
Good
releasing it
music.
on December 31st
Okay.
with a new music video too that I shot like a couple of days ago.
Man, I can't wait to see that. Congratulations.
Matter of fact, as a matter of fact, and I know everybody's gonna be upset a little bit, but I will send you a little private little sneak peek of what it looks like.
Oh man, I would be honored, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. And
You don't have to, though. I understand if you want to wait till it comes out. Just saying. If you want to
yeah,
wait, I
yes,
understand. I will.
yes,
I'll be honored, man. Thank you.
you're welcome. And to close this one out, I want to thank my brother, my spiritual brother, the brother of funk, uh, the one that could bring a lot of people, lift people up, and
Oh,
bring smiles to a lot of people, even if they don't know it. So,
wow.
and again, thank you to my brother, Pastor Funk himself, Brendan Brown, for allowing this to happen and basically giving his insights and his little biography a little bit. So I want to appreciate you, Brendan. I really, really do.
Man, to God be the glory, man. And thank you, Paul, Big Brother, Alvin Jr. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, man.
I appreciate you, man. Much love, man. My brother for sure.
And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait for y'all to come back.
I know we got to come back. Well, I can't wait either. I'll definitely be in touch and let you know what we do.
Yes,
You'll probably hear
sir.
about it before I hear about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, thank you.